ESG. It's otherwise known as environmental, social, and governance, and they're basically a set of standards that are employed by companies who aim to be socially conscious when they're managing employees or climate change, customers, and shareholders. And the environmental criteria of ESG incorporates policy to mitigate waste and pollution while also conserving resources. And the social criteria evaluates shareholder relations with the company through donations and involvement within local community. The governance standards include the use of transparent financials and diversity when leadership is selected. Next slide. Oh, could I have the next slide? Oh yeah, thank you. The ESG landscape has changed dramatically, with around 150 companies and firms committing to this approach. And as social unrest is widespread worldwide, new and current investors are looking for ESG as a center investment theme when looking at companies. And they have pushed public companies to follow the ESG criteria. And ESG has some really important links to value creation, such as top-line growth, cost reductions, reduced regulations and legal interventions, and employee productivity uplift. And social engagement activities have been viewed as beneficial by stakeholders and the general public, as well as there's a significant correlation between resource efficiency and financial improvement in these companies, as well as much higher job satisfaction when companies give back internally and externally, and this inspires employees to have increased productivity. Next slide. So a really great example of an ESG company is in the US is Patagonia, and they have really set the standard of ESG and have made it mainstream. My personal connection and fascination to this company is due to its founding 15 minutes away from my home, and it's just amazing to see that real change is happening in such close proximity, and it has inspired me to support these types of business standards. So, for example, they closed down on Black Friday, which seems very odd because most companies use this as the most profitable holiday. And it seems like they have a loss of profit. However, it actually leads to improved employee morale, and this is a large component of the ESG business model. They also have a Worn to Wear program to limit clothing waste, and 100% of their electricity needs are met by renewable electricity in the US. Additionally, Patagonia has really immersified themselves in activism by connecting customers to environmental protection groups right on their webpage. Next slide. A European example of an ESG company is Novo Nordisk, and it's a pivotal insulin manufacturer. They have developed a new environmental strategy known as Circular Zero to have zero environmental impact. They also have such a large focus on involving their stakeholders when forging sustainable partnerships and ensure employee satisfaction occurs simultaneously. The foundation of this company is the triple bottom line, and it guides their mission of responsible business and the support of stakeholders and shareholders while employing the ESG criteria. Next slide. So we as individuals can truly shape the future of ESG, as this could be the best way to mitigate climate change and unethical business. As we start our own companies as entrepreneurs, ESG should be front and center when we focus on business performance. And if we become investors, we can invest in companies that are demonstrating a strong interest in the ESG criteria. And as high school students, it's very important that we make an effort to try to take an AP or IB environmental science class. And this is what actually inspired me to look into ESG. I learned about topics such as photochemical smog, cultural eutrophication, and oil pollution, and these aren't really everyday topics that are spoken about outside of the classroom. And I knew that these were integral parts of my community, and they were occurring all around me. And I knew that small change can't really make such a big difference in the direction that we're going regarding climate change and unethical business, and that only mass change worldwide can truly mitigate this. Overall, and in conclusion, the ESG criteria, if it's supported by companies on a widespread scale, that is the change we need to prevent unethical business and to really forge an environmentally safe community. Thank you.